Today's adventure brings us to Lewiston, New York, and Our Lady of Fatima Shrine. Let's get started. The Basilica of the National Shrine of Our Lady of Fatima is a modernist minor basilica and U.S. national shrine of the Roman Catholic Church, honoring the Blessed Virgin Mary as Our Lady of Fatima, the patroness of the United States. The shrine is directed by the Barnabite Fathers. It is located at 1023 Swan Road in Lewiston, New York, USA, north of Niagara Falls. In the mid-1950s, the Barnabite Fathers had been invited to the Diocese of Buffalo to teach in Catholic schools. Arriving in Italy, they were studying English in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. They were seeking a place of their own to build a seminary to house candidates for the priesthood. Walter Sirzak, who had received a miraculous recovery from a stroke through the intercession of the Blessed Mother, had land he wanted to donate. In 1954, he donated 15 acres of land to the Barnabite Fathers on the condition that some shrine be also built to honor the Blessed Mother. While the Fathers anticipated a simple grotto shrine similar to those found at many parish churches, Catholic, Polish, and Italian communities in the Niagara Falls region, joined together to make the shrine a centerpiece of the project. At that time, the shrine began with just one humble statue of Our Lady of Fatima. Later, in 1960, the shrine that exists today was founded. The church was started in 1963 and dedicated in 1965. So what we're looking at here is what I like to call Saints Row. So we're going to be taking a walk through that. The Saints Row, as we shall see later on, is basically done up like a giant rosary. So the shrine is a very spiritual place. You come here to reflect. So there is nothing inherent paranormal about the Fatima Shrine. The only thing that I kind of wonder a little bit is, why here? It's located pretty much right before the village of Lewiston, and Niagara Falls is not that far away. So I often wonder if there's possibly some ley lines that connect the two. So this place is definitely a place of power, and once again, that's one of the areas I'm going to be covering on the videos. The Three Secrets of Fatima. In Portuguese, Os Tres Segredos de Fatima, are a series of apocalyptic visions and prophecies given to three young Portuguese shepherds, Lucia Santos and her cousins Janita and Francisco Marto, by a Marian apparition, starting on May 13th, May 1917. The three children claim to have been visited by the Virgin Mary 6 times between May and October 1917. The apparition is now popularly known as Our Lady of Fatima. According to Lucia, around noon on 13 July 1917, the Virgin Mary entrusted the children with 3 secrets. 2 of the secrets were revealed in 1941 in a document written by Lucia at the request of Jose Alvarez Correa de Silva, Bishop of Leiria, to assist with the publication of a new edition of a book on Janita. When asked by the bishop in 1943 to reveal the 3rd secret, Lucia struggled for a short period, being not yet convinced that God had clearly authorized her to act. However, in October 1943, the bishop ordered her to put it in writing. Lucia then wrote the secret down and sealed it in an envelope not to be opened until 1960, when it will appear clearer. The text of the third secret was officially released by Pope John Paul II in 2000. Some claim that it was not the entire secret revealed by Lucia, despite repeated assertions from the Vatican to the contrary. According to various Catholic interpretations, the three secrets involve hell, World War I and World War II, and 20th century persecutions of Christians. Okay, so the getting might not get much better than this. We're gonna take a walk up them stairs on top of the dome to give you guys a good overview of this entire park, and from up there you'll get a better illustration of how this is shaped like a giant rosary. Well, let's take a stroll. Okay, so let's give this a go. I could only imagine taking that route. So you can see that is the representation of the giant rosary right there. So in the background, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can hear the rifle fire from the range at Ransomville. There it is right there. That's where the National Guard is out there probably doing their weapons qualification. I know this because I've done it, because I'm a former Guards member. And what you're also hearing is the actual sermon that's coming from literally right below us here. It's still, the church service is still ongoing, so that's why I haven't went in there yet, but I'm going to do what I can to go in there and film the inside of the place. It's pretty breathtaking. Now this is really cool. This is a representation of the three children that actually saw the Virgin Mary at Fatima. And from here, we're going to go this way. We're going to start this stroll amongst the saints. Quite honestly, I didn't realize there was this many saints. Obviously, we're not going to stop and look at and read every statue here. But there's St. Philip, St. Simon. These ones here may very well be the actual disciples. Well, St. Matthias, St. James Major may have been the brother of Jesus. St. Andrew, let's see here. Kind of go around this way.
Let us kneel and pray those prayers together.
St. Jude.
My God, I believe.
St. Bartholomew.
I ask pardon of you for those
St. James Minor.
who do not adore, do not hold,
St. Thomas.
most holy Trinity, Father,
St. John.
Holy Spirit. I adore you profoundly.
And St. Peter. St. Paul. Okay, so let's go this way. Trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to handle this. I think we'll go. This pool is nice. I'm just glad that it's actually got the water in it. I was a little worried. St. Anthony, St. Joseph, let's see what we have here. St. Teresa, St. Martha, Women of the Bible, Our Lady of Loretto, St. Elias, Moses, that's cool. Our Lady of Lourdes. So what we got over here? St. Anthony. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Archangel, St. Michael. So, honestly, they're not all just saints. We're going to have some archangels and other biblical characters represented here. Yeah, you can definitely hear the fire going in the background. That brings back memories. My proud 10 years of service in the Army National Guard / Reserves, which means that Ransomville Range isn't that far from here. Driving on in, I passed a whole bunch of Humvees. So it's definitely weapons qualification day. At least it's not super winter time. So there's a sign of spring. Robin right over there. There he goes. So let's now. This is like the pendulum part of the rosary that's represented. I always thought like the saints were all placed out like the rosary beads, but it's literally just the heart-shaped pool and Jesus. This is, of course, our Lord and Savior Jesus on the cross. And if you've ever seen a rosary, which I'm sure you have, this is the representative of the pendulum of the rosary, and the lights are the beads, the lights that are going around the heart-shaped pool all the way up until Jesus here. So we're going to go this way. And check out some more of these, more of the statuary. St. Patrick. St. Vincent. You know who should really be here? Father Baker. I know he's not a saint. That's a video we're going to cover on another day. Soon, actually. I'm right here filming season 2, so it's definitely going to be in season 2. It's another Our Lady statue. So we're going to kind of go this way. I want to cover over here. I'm really hoping to be able to get into the chapel itself. St. Leonard. Our Lady of Miraculous Medal. So I wonder if that's still Mary. St. John. Like some of these are in memoriam, like this one here. It's in memory of Beato Angelo. Let's go this way here. This is obviously another statue of Christ, our Savior. The sorrowful Christ. Could be about the state of the world today. I'm sure he's not exactly happy. Saint Gabriel the Archangel. Another look at the Shrine of Fatima itself. This is a really, really cool place. Santa Mario. I like how some of them are bronze, some of them are regular statuary. They're all statuary, but some of them are more like white marble and some are bronze. Going to see that a bit here. Saint M. Faustina. And we're going to actually take it this way. Another wonderful look at the shrine. Now you look all down too, and there's smaller little placards. Here we have St. Cyril, St. Methodius. You know, sometimes it's just good to take a walk through a place like this. You can actually feel the power here. It's all positive. St. Padre Pio. Yes, heard of him. St. Padre Pio. I've heard of most of them. Some of them are kind of new, but this is how you learn stuff. This is how you find new things. So as I'm heading to our next spot, I'm just wondering about the third vision that was given and why it is being held so secret. There's all kind of documentaries about this third secret and the visions of Fatima. You can definitely check any one of them out on the internet or on any of your streaming services. You can find them there. So, of course, this was a long time ago, and the secrets were pretty much it was feared that they were actually more geared for World War I, World War II, things like that. But with the current state of things today, you have to kind of stop and wonder, what was this third secret, and why was it so important to actually keep it hidden the way the Vatican actually did? I mean, did they really think that people couldn't handle whatever this third secret was, or was it too terrifying? With this third secret, what was the prediction for this third secret? Was it going to be the complete collapse of the Catholic Church, or possibly religion in general? Was it apocalyptic? Was it basically like something out of Revelations is fixing to happen, and they felt that the people weren't going to be able to handle it? Could it possibly be something to do with aliens, maybe something otherworldly? It's very hard to say why something like that would be kept under wraps, and it's definitely something worth contemplating and thinking about. Okay, so we're going to enter into this next grotto area here. It's definitely really different. I'm kind of glad it's not soupy and murky, but I really don't want to walk too much on the grass here. I don't know, I just got a kind of an odd feeling about it. Saint Charbel. I'm really having a hard time pronouncing some of these. So we're going to go this way. So this one's Native American. I can't get over the weapons range is hot. It's kind of awesome. It just brings back memories for me. Saint Katari Tekawatia. So here we have a Native American saint, which is really cool. Gonna go over here, see what we have. Our Lady of Miracles. Now, again, I think this is a representation of the Virgin Mary as far as Our Lady of Miracles, but I could be wrong. Kind of go this way. Looks like a Japanese or Chinese saint. Saint Andrew Daf Khan Kim. Again, have to forgive me if I'm actually not doing the greatest job ever with some of the Saint Lorenzo Ruiz. This one's cool. It's a Vietnam Martyrs Memorial. Looks like they're building another new shrine. It looks like it's going to be Asian. And over here, this looks like it's completely, totally under construction. It's an in memoriam, but once again, it looks like it's a representation of the three children who encountered the Virgin Mary at Fatima. And we go over here, we see a neat little stone grotto, a little stone wall. This is definitely a place for reflection and meditation. You can hear the, I actually hear, I wonder if that's real crickets and frogs. That means another wonderful sign of spring. Now, one thing I definitely do also want to point out that I've kind of noticed here, you don't have to be Catholic, Roman Catholic, or whatever have you to come out here. It seems heavy, with a heavy Catholic influence, of course, but I would say it's non-denominational, because if you think about it, it all kind of stems from the same religious idea. So whether you're Wiccan, pagan, Christian, or any of the other countless religious variant types that are out there, you can definitely feel comfortable coming here. You can feel comfortable coming here, walking this statuary. You can feel comfortable going in there and kind of dropping in on the Mass. It's definitely a wonderful place to be. And once again, I sound like a broken record, but it's a place of contemplation and reflection. So regardless of what denomination you are, you could definitely come out here. In fact, I recommend it. If you're looking for religion, if you're looking for Jesus, if you're looking to find him as your Lord and Savior, or you're looking for some kind of religious inspiration, this would be one of the places to go. Plus, you're kind of in tune with nature because it's kind of wooded. So definitely come on out here. Once again, a video like this doesn't mean stay home and just say, hey, that's enough for me. I recommend you definitely come out here and check it out. All right, so we're going to kind of continue our little walk amongst the statuary on this side. We're going to check this out. We're going to bounce backwards. St. Costanzo, St. Simplico, and St. Vitorino. I believe that's what they are. I mean, that's what their name's called. Again, I'm having a little bit of a tough time with some of the pronunciations, so forgive me on that, but I think you get the overall meaning. And the main church building over there has fallen definitely quiet. Blessed John of Vercelli. Gonna kind of go over this way now. St. Denis. St. Joachim. If any one of these saints resonates with you, definitely you can pause the video at any time. St. Cosmas. You can pause the video at any time and go and look them up, search them out. See exactly what they're the patron saint of. Because that's one thing it doesn't really tell me, what they're the patron saints of. And that's fine, because there's almost literally a patron saint for everything. St. Blas. St. Irene, Our Lady of Victory. We're going to become familiar with her in a little while when I do the video about Father Baker. Not going to drop too much on that one because I want to save that for that video. Yeah, I'm not rushing my way through here. I mean, you could literally spend an entire day here, 100%. For the video here. Video almost seems like an outdated word, to be honest with you. For the filming, for the documentary, I don't know, for the documentation. St. Bridget of Sweden. We definitely can't call it a videotape anymore. St. Francis Xavier. St. Teresa. St. Lucy. So what I'm seeing over there on that side, you see like a lot. I believe that's the Stations of the Cross. Those signs behind the statuary. This place is cool. And again, for me, the qualification range going off in the background, just that's personal. It's personal resonance with me, at least. 100% does not take away from the So these little rocks here are the speakers. If you can't be inside the shrine, during service, or you just want to reflect, or you're not really that good with being around people, you can come out here and you can hear the wonderful organ music. St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. St. Boniface. Mother Cabrim. Again, once again, pointing out, I thought these were all going to be saints, but it's actually various different religious statuary. A lot of the saints, though, again, there's pretty much a patron saint for everything. So if they're sainted, I don't know when the last new saint statues were put out here. That's the Annunciation. Saint Caligaro. All right, we're going to bounce this way. How I'm going to handle this, believe it or not, just like that, pretty much ran the gauntlet here. Let's go back this way. I think all I literally have to do is go this way, take a look at what we got here, and kind of go back up straight ahead. And it doesn't take a long time to walk this. I mean, you take your time and read everything. Like I said, it would be a day, but for the most part, there's something over there I want to take a look at too. I really want to get a shot of the inside of that chapel. It's nice to have goals. But if I don't, it's because it's literally still having services. But I think that's set and done, because I only hear the organ music. I don't hear any more talking. Honestly, I could have been. One thing we heard there was me talking. But okay, so Saint Paul. Gonna look over here. Saint Maron. I'm a little surprised that there's not a lot of popes actually represented here. At least not yet. I mean, not done, but that speaker doesn't seem to be going. One over there is. St. Catherine. Wonder if that's St. Catherine's, Ontario is kind of after. St. Maria. Agony in the Garden. Our Lady of Guadalupe. Again, a lot of these do ring a bell. Okay, again, if you want to pause the video, take notes, get an idea of exactly what these folks did, how they attained their sainthood, Immaculate Heart of Mary, what their claims to fame are. Pause the video at any point, or watch the whole video and take notes. You know, pause it, take notes, and go definitely do your own research. St. John Bosco. So, let's see, guardian angel. I had a thought there for a moment, but we'll get back to that. I don't want to. There's more Stations of the Cross behind me on the other side. You see a lot of cemeteries have representations of the Stations of the Cross. Again, that's something that you could definitely look up and study and check out online anywhere. Buy a good book. A lot of ways to do it. And again, for me, the paranormal connection, if there is one, is basically the sightings of the Marian visions. The Marian visions, not only at Fatima, but everywhere else. It's definitely I want to say it would be paranormal, right? St. Lawrence. Okay, go around here. St. Rita, pretty much coming to the close of the statuary. St. Agnes. Ave Maria. St. Francis of Assisi. Maria SS del Udienza. Another Madonna. Those of you who don't know, it's another name for the Virgin Mary, the Madonna. Our Lady assumed into heaven. And again, Archangel St. Michael. Okay, so I'm headed back to the shrine because I really want to show you guys the inside of the shrine. I want to show you guys the chapel. There's some beautiful music emanating from it. But now, when I go in there, I kind of have to be stealthy because talking in there would be an absolute no-no. So my main goal here is to go in there and show you guys the shrine from the inside because it is really cool. And of course, we're going to get a lot closer to that music. And that music always just does something for me. It's really always has. It's gothic. So I'm approaching it now. Again, I'm not going to talk at all. I'm going to try and just kind of go in there. Going to try and be stealthy about it because if they're still holding a mass, I want to be respectful. But see if I can pull this off. At least a little, right? Yes, that was cool. I did it. It is so cool when you're doing something like this to actually have your goals achieved. 100% that was so cool. Now there is one other thing I want to get a good look at before we go. So let's check it out.
Heart is especially compassionate toward those who suffer and carry a heavy heart, including those who are weighed down by a heart full of grief and sorrow, dismayed at their own weakness in the face of Him.
Okay, so the last thing I want to see is this way that had my attention. I want to say last but definitely not least, because there is so much to see here, and miraculously somehow I've covered at least 98% of it. But there was no way, once I saw this little area over here, I was going to leave this unexplored. So the first thing we do is we kind of go up to this little mini shrine here. Shrine to Our Lady of Constantinople. Hey, wait a minute. What do we have going on here? Well, okay, so cemetery safari time? So I wonder, these are all the reverends. I'm wondering if they kind of were in charge of performing services here at the shrine. Did not expect a cemetery. Oh, that's not good. Did not expect a cemetery, but here we are. Reverend Charles M. Barlacina. Kind of go over here. What's really cool is they actually have their pictures. Well, this needs attention. Reverend Luciano, Reverend Ubaldo. So it is kind of neat that these fellows, reverends, are buried on hallowed ground, which all cemeteries are. But they get to be laid to rest right here at the shrine. Thought I saw another stone way over there somewhere, but that looks like it's a, comedically enough, it would have been a air conditioner thing. Father Paul, reverends and fathers. This one's missing, needs a new faceplate. Father Joseph M. Garolio, Reverend Luis. So, let me see. I really don't want to walk in the mud. May they all rest in peace, and I thank them for their service. Fishers of men, soul savers. Kind of go around here to what caught my attention in my eye in the first place. To this. Again, a lot of this seems like it's currently under construction. That's the Our Lady of Lavang Shrine. The plaques pretty much just read about the donations, who donated it and stuff, and God bless them, but wow, look at this thing. Pull back a little. So much to see here. Well, this place is amazing. There's so much to see. There's a cafeteria, a gift shop, which I'll be coming back to for sure. And with that being said, it's time to get out of here. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when videos drop. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And we will see you next time.